All right, we got a kayak video here of Adam. We're gonna watch in real time and then slow it down. All right, Adam has recently gotten into this new boat of his. He's been working on being tall in his setup, even if he feels tippy. And we're gonna notice real soon that he has one side he's really good at doing that, and then one side that he might not be. And we're gonna kind of look at how that's happening, why, and what we're gonna do to fix it. It's gonna have to do with your legs, Adam. So let's play this in a quarter the speed and watch what's going on with your legs and which side your setup is too low. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. So notice the setup right here. He doesn't pause exactly at this moment. He pauses right here. So even though you have a really good hand pattern of your setup being really tall, I'd rather you pause here, Adam, versus pausing right here. Just a little thing. I like how it's at eye level, pretty much. See right here. And I like how you're holding your rotation. That's good. So you take your left stroke, and now let's see what happens. Your boat is dipping quite a bit. I can see both legs pretty clearly. And look at where your hand height is. Significantly different than the other side, which was here. You are that much lower on your left side. And you're dipping on your left side. It's very interesting that we're doing that. So a couple of things we can be doing to make that happen is, one, we're just simply not bringing our hands high enough, but also if we're not moving our body correctly, or if we are crunching on one side and we're not staying tall evenly, it can also create this dynamic. So what I would like you to focus on is, after your left stroke here, not only make sure you're exiting soon enough so your hand doesn't keep traveling too far down, I want to see you, instead of pressing your hip further down this way in the setup, instead of that, I would like to see you move your hip more this way during the setup. Does that make sense? So we're here and we're driving, and then you just keep pushing your hip down and you see the boat just dip. But what if instead you thought about bringing your opposite hip forward and the other hip around back, your left hip around back? Imagine what that would do for the run of the boat. That makes it go forward instead of down and to the side. Another thing that could be happening is you might be letting yourself collapse on your right side, and instead what we could do is think of being very tall on your right side so that your hips sit evenly. Besides that, I'd like to see a lot more rotation, and then I think that if you keep your exit in the same spot right here, then it'll be proper. It's really not that far back compared to the cockpit of the boat, but compared to where your hip stops moving, it is. So let's move your hips quite a bit more, maybe shorter settings or something, and then keep that left setup high, and let's stop pressing our hips downward. And once we master that, it's gonna help the speed of the boat incredibly.